Okay, I'm going to give you a question to go post on Facebook. You go and you post it and you close it down and you come back because you'll start getting notifications and you'll want to go play and go talk to them. But if you stay here with me for a little bit, you'll know how to talk to them after. And so we want you to hang with me, okay? So I'm going to give you like 1 minute to go open your Facebook and then come back, but shut it down, okay? So if you're with Unique, one of the simplest, most easy questions to ask is just how many days a week do you wear makeup? Okay. If Beth, have you already asked that one, Beth?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
You too. Okay. So let me come up with another one. Now that you actually can sell foundation, one that's really, really popular is on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is foundation to you? Okay. That one gets really, really good responses. If you, let's see, if you're running out the door and can only put on one makeup product, what product is it? Let's see, or what's the makeup product you just have to put on that makes you feel just that little extra, gives you a little extra confidence? Have I given all the Unique gals at least one question you haven't tried before? Did you find one in there, Beth? Okay. So if you're Pampered Chef,
yeah, I got the foundation one.
You've done the foundation one, Wendy? Or
no, I'm gonna do that one.
Oh, it's cool. It goes big, big. Okay. Now, if you're Pampered Chef, my most favorite go-to question, if you've never done one with me, is just on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like to cook? Okay. That one gets really good. Even if you're not Pampered Chef, it's a very neutral subject that everybody will talk about, and it'll increase your interaction. So that's a good one for another day if you're not Unique or not Pampered Chef, just to do for kicks and giggles, okay? If you're Pampered Chef, that's a really good one to go to.
I've used that one already.
You've done that one already, Amy?
I've already used that one.
Right. Yeah, I know you would. I was getting there to another one, okay? If you haven't used on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like to cook? The other things I like to do would be anything from how many days a week do you eat breakfast to how many nights a week, what is your goal for having family or dinner as a family? Oh, I always say those words backwards. What is your favorite go-to meat for your main course? That's one we haven't tried. Oh, here's one we did. That was the funniest thing ever because you guys have great knives and cutting boards. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you cry when you cut onions? It is so crazy and stupid, but a ton of people responded to how much do your eyes water when you cut onions, and you can.
That's an awesome one.
Is that not crazy funny? Okay, but people will respond to it, and I'll explain why they answer these really simple questions and why you want to keep the answers crazy simple to answer. Okay. So everybody wave at me real quick when you have posted your question, asked, and notifications off. Well done, Kim. What a good student you are. I'm going to keep you around. Okay, so if you posted your question and shut down Facebook, come back and wave at me because it's going to start beeping and it's going to drive you crazy because you're going to want to go see who said something and what they said. But stick with me because I'm going to tell you what to do. You're going to make some money today from a free webinar, okay? Like everybody's up for that, right? Making some money. Okay, so my name is Michelle Withers, and I had been with 3 different direct sales companies, earned their titles, trips, etc. And I love what I do because I really love helping other people make money and build businesses and have the freedoms they want or stay at home or whatever your goal is. Everybody does this for a different reason. Some of you are in it because of the mission of your company. Some of you are in it because you really, really are passionate about the product. Some of you are like, by dang it, I'm going to replace my income, or I'm going to make extra income and pay off that credit card. You're all here for different reasons. Whatever it is, I want to help you succeed at that goal faster, more effective, and have more fun and feel more genuine while doing it. So that's why I do what I do, and it's a ton of fun. Okay, so what I learned while I was doing my businesses is I could do what I jokingly call either show and tell or infomercialing, where I could go, now this is the phone and it's purple and these are all the cool things it does, and I could get you really excited about it, and I can get people to impulse buy, and we all can to a certain extent. You do the like crazy videos with the marker and the makeup on top, and you show the really cool recipe you made, and we can all get people excited enough to get impulse buys. But what I found, and you all I know have experienced this at some point, is sometimes people buy stuff and it seemed like a really, the cool chopper or the awesome mascara or whatever it is from your product line. And if you follow up, but when you follow up, sometimes you find out it's still sitting in the box and it hasn't came out and got used. Anyone had that experience? I know you makeup girls have all had someone that bought mascara who didn't get it out and use it, right? True story? Okay, so this is why this game is so important, okay? It's not really a game, it's actually really authentic and kind of cool. The important thing about this is that we want to make sure they buy stuff that they really, really want. So when they get it, they rip it open, they use it, because guess what? Then they try more products. There's repeat business. They buy more stuff eventually, and they're better hostesses, and you get referrals. So what I found out with I was doing scrapbooking when I learned all this, is instead of just showing them all the cool things, why you want to scrapbook, and tell them about the memories of my kids and all those kind of things I could do, I would ask, if you were to preserve 3 memories in the next 30 days, what would those memories be? That's why we ask, what are your favorite 3 go-to items in your 5-minute, makeup look? Or what's the meal your family most likes to cook, on a weekly basis? Because when you find those things out, you then can make suggestions to make the 5-minute phase faster and easier, because they're going to use it because they do their 5-minute phase, and they're making lasagna every week, so you make sure they have really cool tools to make their lasagna because you're going to use them. Okay, versus, I have a cookie press from Pampered Chef that has never been taken out of the box. And I own a lot of stuff, and there's a ton of Pampered Chef that is being used, okay? And I'm sure I have a color of unique makeup that I've never opened and used, but I use most of what I bought. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so it's not like they're good or bad products. It has nothing to do with the quality. It has to do, did you buy what you really needed? Like, I thought I was going to make these cookies that my husband's mother makes for him every Christmas. I still have never made those cookies. Okay, it's not going to happen. I'm just not that good a wife. I'll go buy things, right? I'm a businesswoman. I'm not a chef anymore. Like, that went out the door a while ago. But that's okay, right? My stones are awesome. Love my stones. But do you see what I'm saying? You've got to have them pull the stuff out of the box and use it. Like, this is really, really important, because it's much easier to sell to a client a second time than it is to find a new client. And it's consumable. Now, the interesting thing is Pampered Chef stuff isn't consumable, but they always come up with something new. It's one of the most interesting companies for not having consumable products, but still having amazing repeat business. It's really quite the interesting phenomenon, and like when you really think about it business-wise. Anyway, okay, so I asked everybody at my parties, because this was before Facebook and you saw people face-to-face and sat at the kitchen table and scrapbooked, right? I'd ask them, what are your 3 favorite memories that you most want to preserve? Some would talk about their kids and babies. Some would talk about a wedding. Some would talk about a family reunion. Some would talk about all sorts of things. And as I brought product out, I would say, okay, Amy, I know that, your daughter just got married or something, and this was her wedding colors, and here's some really cool products for that. And okay, Beth, I know that you just are adoring your kids and they're in this sport, and here's this really cool sports paper, and we're going to make sure that those memories get preserved really well. And okay, Wendy, you talked about all those little kids and the birth of your son, and here's a really cool light blue paper and all the fun stuff we're going to do to make the birth of your son magical and remember those memories, okay? Well, guess what happened? First of all, when I made it really personable, I made it all about them. They bought it, but they used it, and it didn't go in the closet, okay? When it goes in the closet and you don't use it, they don't buy it the next time and their husbands get grumpy. We don't want grumpy husbands because they don't spend money, right? That's a bad thing. So it was this amazing thing that started happening. And on top of they bought again, they actually bought twice as much the day they bought product, because we were so focused on what they needed. And people were saying, oh my gosh, you're so nice and you're so fun and you're not pushy at all. And my sales had doubled. Okay. I have a lot of experience with Younique gals. I just love you gals. And Pampered Chef, I'm getting more and more experience with. On average, when you really take the tools I have with sales, you double your sales per person. Okay. On top of the fact I teach you how to find new leads, so then you're increasing your overall customer base. So you can blow up your sales in a short amount of time. Okay, when you really practice these skills in 30 days, you can see huge things happen. And it is so fun because you're totally authentic. And when you get off, done chatting with somebody and they place their order, they're like, thank you so much for helping me get so I can have more family meals. Or thank you so much for helping me figure out what makeup products I really needed because I couldn't figure out what color or what kind of foundation to buy or whatever it is. You are cooking experts. You are makeup experts. If you're accessories, you're accessory and fashion experts. No matter what you sell, you are the expert, and you take a ton of time on Pinterest and brainstorming with consultants like you, coming up with recipes, coming up with new makeup looks. You are the expert. You're going to help them far more than anyone will help them if they go to Walmart to buy their mascara, right? Nobody's going to help them color match for foundation. Nobody's going to help them figure out how to replace that ingredient that's gluten. And, you would take the time to study and figure out what ingredient they could use instead and still make their fun family recipe. Nobody else is going to take that time at Target or Walmart or any of the places. They might be able to buy a product similar to yours, which, it's not the same quality, but still, supposedly is fulfilling the same need. Okay. It's really important you understand that you are valuable, and they're not only paying for you, but they're paying for your expertise. And so you might as well sell them all their makeup from you or all their kitchen products from you, because you're going to help them far more than anyone's going to at any store. Does that make sense? Okay. You are an amazing gift to the people that you're selling to. And when you take care of people, and when I had people scrapbook their most important memories, and when you have some lady who feels just that much more confident, that look they get when you help them get it on, or they send you a selfie, they might live in a completely different state, and all of a sudden they feel so excited, or they cook that meal they're so proud of. They just have been, fast fooding it, and they finally took the time to cook a little more or teach your kids how to cook or something like that. All those things make people feel so good, and it's a gift you can give people. But the way you give it to them is by finding out what gift they need, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to find that out, and part of that question you just posted is going to tell you that, okay? Okay, so who is excited about increasing your sales? Are you kind of seeing like, ooh, wow, like this could be kind of cool? Be kind of like a little excited about this? Because it is crazy fun. All right, so let me tell you what you're going to do. The tips I'm going to give you about increasing your sales when you're talking to people one-on-one, they can be used when you're in a party, live or virtual. They can be used with customers you're trying to get repeat sales from. They can be used with brand new customers. They can be used if you're talking to somebody and you're doing a booth or expo. So realize when I explain those to you, those can be used with anybody you're talking to product about, okay? But the first thing I'm going to explain to you are how we develop some questions, and a lot of these we post on Facebook to find leads. Because I have a goal, and if any of you know me, you know I'm big on goals. I have a goal to absolutely halt the culture of sending out these messages on Facebook. Hey, this is me, this is what I sell, this is why I like the product, this is the opportunity, here's my website, let me know if you know more. Cold private messaging on Facebook is, oh my gosh, okay, it is not personable, it's not authentic, there's a better way to do it, okay? I'm going to stop that culture. If you've done it before, I'm going to give you a better way, and it's okay because that's what you've been taught, so no guilt. But there's a better, much more authentic way to do it. And we're going to pull people out of Facebook to talk to you and go, oh, I wear makeup, or I don't wear makeup, but I wish I did. Or I hate to cook, but I wish I knew how to do it faster so my family's healthier. Or I love to cook. I got to have every product there is. No matter who they are, we're going to find out who actually wants and needs your stuff. Okay, does that make sense? So that's what's really, really important to understand about this is you don't ever have to cold message again. Is that not the coolest thing? Never, ever, ever. If you haven't done it, don't worry. You don't ever have to do it, okay? There are better ways to do this. So when we start to put those questions out, hey, ladies, I'm wondering on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is foundation to you, okay? Some of you probably start getting some dings and you're trying to like ignore them because they're really fun. Now, what's really cool about this is if they're 10, awesome, because you know foundation is important to them and you have a couple different options to give them and you're going to find out which option is the best option. If they're 1 or 2, what we have found is they're not idiots. They know you sell foundation. You posted the video where you announce that you can get Cloud9 kits again or what y'all have talked about it. They know you sell foundation, okay? So if they answered the question, this is what's interesting about this. Usually it's them raising their hand going, okay, Beth, I've seen you talk about this. I didn't really want to comment on your video, but okay, I'm sort of curious. And the 1s and the 2s and the 3s, the people that are like, it's not really important to me. What we found out when we slowed down and we just asked, so why did you say a 2? And all they tell you, well, I've never been able to find one that didn't feel really heavy. I've never been able to find one that I felt was the right color. I wasn't really sure how to apply it. The reason they answered is because they're wondering if you can be the one that helps them. Okay? now and there's that obstinate person that's just like, women don't need to wear makeup and it's just a 0 because I'm just never going to wear makeup or I have flawless skin or whatever. Don't worry about it. We love the haters because they increase our numbers on Facebook. Totally okay. So when you say 2 and you go, why do you say 2? And they're like, because I'm never going to wear it. I think it's stupid. Well, good for you. I love that I know that about you now. What do I say? No big deal. Move on. Okay. But now and then the person that said really low is because actually their know-how is low and they really want to have better know-how. And that's what's so exciting is then we start asking more questions. Okay. You don't make the assumption that the 10s are your people you're going to sell to and your 1s aren't. You want to find out why they responded. Because they know you sell foundation. Does that make sense? Okay. If they said they hate cooking, they know you're a pampered chef, they might want to know how to cook and not hate it, or at least make it quick. Okay. So what we want to do is, first of all, no matter what they respond, doesn't matter what they respond, good, bad, ugly, share a recipe, like, you'll get all sorts of funny responses. It's quite hysterical. Somebody will go into their whole life story of why they started wearing foundation, why they do or don't. Some people will just answer the number. Actually, let me go back before I tell you what to respond to. Okay, so when you're posting questions on Facebook or just asking people in general, or when you're messaging, the more simple the answer is they can respond to, the more likely they are to respond. Because anybody know the percentage of people that are checking Facebook on their phone versus on the computer? I don't either. I just know that's really, really high. And it's like over 70%, right? So if you ask like this big complicated question about, ooh, here's a makeup question I never thought of until now. What age did you start wearing makeup? Would that not be a really interesting question to ask? Okay, back on topic. So you want a question that people only have to push 1 or 2 buttons and then the post button, because they're much more likely to respond if it's easy, versus if it's, what do you like about makeup? Can you feel how that's vague and that invokes a whole sentence? Versus which of these 4 items is your favorite makeup product? And you go A, B, C, D, mascara, foundation, lipstick, eyeshadow, and they only have to answer by 1 letter, okay? You get an enormous more engagement if the answer can be answered by 1 letter. Now, yes, no questions don't count because they hit like for yes and they don't engage for no, and it's just, they don't work, okay? But if you say on a scale of 1 to 10, which is far better than say, do you like foundation? Because some people are like, well, I like foundation 5 days a week when I go to work, but heck no, I am not putting foundation on the weekends. So they might say foundation is important at a 7 because it's really important on certain days, but not on others. And you just get to go find out why they said 7. But if it's a yes, no, they might say no because they're like, I really don't want to wear it every day. So when you don't force people to say black or white, yes or no, and you give them this broad range of kind of maybes or, or strong yeses and mild yeses, that gives you an opportunity to talk to a lot more people. Even if that one gal is like, I only wear makeup on Sundays to go to church, but I really like that one day I get made up. She's still going to buy it. She's not going to be a repeat customer as frequently, but she's still going to buy it, okay? So that's what's so fun about this. So scale of 1 to 10, how many days a week do you cook dinner? How many days a week do you put on makeup, okay? Just that one, making it so it's just one number they have to hit tells you a lot about the person, depending on how you phrase the question. Multiple choice. And you got to make sure when you do multiple choice, you do A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, so they don't have to type out the whole word or the whole sentence that you might put. Does that make sense? Okay. And the other one that's really nice is like a fill in the blank. Okay. If I'm running out the door and can put on a night, let's see, what's a better example? My family's most favorite dinner dish is blank, and then they just put in that one word. Okay, so the shorter the answers can be, the higher your numbers are of people to respond. That makes sense, right? Okay, and it's really, really fun. It's so fun what you can do and how much you can find out. Okay, now depending on how they respond, sure, we're going to go and we're going to hit reply. You know how there's comment and there's a reply button, and you have 3 options. You're either going to compliment them and tell them, oh my gosh, I just love the purple eyeshadow you wear, like they said eyeshadow. If they said, oh my gosh, it's so hard to get dinner in, I feel like we only have dinner one night a week. Oh my gosh, I totally understand that it is so hard. I know your kids in hockey, it makes it really busy. If it is something where they're working really hard on something, oh, I've been working so hard, we're up to 3 days a week. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I think that's awesome. That's amazing. Okay. You do something where you relate to them. Either compliment, say, I've felt the same way, or congratulations, look how hard you're working. Okay. You just say some sort of thing like that. Now, I know it's incredibly tempting when you say, which is your go-to makeup item, and they say mascara, like you just want to start typing your website so fast you can hardly breathe. You can't do it yet. I'll give you time to do it, but don't. They want to know you care about them before they're going to care about your makeup, okay? So you got to slow down and take the time to find out more about them first. Does that make sense? So relate, oh my gosh, you just have the most gorgeous eyes. I could see why you'd put on mascara. Your eyes, you know, you have these beautiful long eyelashes. Just makes your eyes pop, okay? You say something about them first. Don't make it about you. That's really, 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 really important, okay? So now we're going to take this, we're going to go hit private message. We're going to go to their thing. We're going to kind of look and see what's going on in their life. We're going to hit private message, okay? And we're going to say, hey, could you just tell me a little bit more about why you said mascara? Or tell me a little bit more about when you say 1 day a week, but you wish it was more, you know, what makes it hardest to have that, you know, to only have dinner 1 day a week? When you said you wear makeup 5 days a week, what are the main reasons you choose to wear makeup? Or where are you going out? Okay. You just want to say, can you tell me more about why you said that answer? And so if you heard, okay, one of the things that I teach that is like the biggest aha moment I find for most people is I teach this thing called the permission question. So we're just asking them permission to tell us a little bit more about what they said. And my friends, people love to talk about themselves. Does that make sense? Okay. So on occasion, I'll have someone go, but isn't this like trapping them into trying to talk about my product? They know you sell makeup. They know you sell Pampered Chef. They know you sell Stella and Dot. They know, okay, like They're not idiots. It's okay. And I'm going to teach you how to never talk about product without getting permission first. And so there's none of that yucky, pushy self feeling. Okay? So just follow the steps. They work. And they thank you after because you're really genuine. Now you have to care about them. You can't just be doing this to get a sale, even though I know that's the ultimate goal. Some will say no, and you just go, no big deal. The next one will say yes. But this will increase how many say yes, and it will increase how much they say yes to. Okay? Does that make sense? So you dig a little deeper. Why do you wear mascara? Is it thicken, lengthen, or make them darker? What other makeup do you wear on your eyes? We find out a little bit more about their cooking habits, about why they wear makeup that many days a week. Whatever you asked about, we're going to dig deeper. And then what I've done is I've taken each of your product lines and I divide them into 4 categories. For makeup, it's crazy easy. You got lips and eyes and skin, and hopefully sometimes you take it off, right? And not just keep applying on top. I do that now and then. I shouldn't. Okay, so what I'm saying? So your 4 areas. So whatever you started talking about, it might have been eyes, it might have been lips, it might have been skin. No matter where you start, you just make sure you cover. Can I ask you a little bit about, remember, did you hear it? The permission question. Can I ask you a little bit more, or may I ask you a little bit more about what eye makeup you wear? Now, if it's Pampered Chef, pretty easy. You got 4 meals. Well, sort of, right? You have breakfast. I like to put lunch and snacks together, dinner, and then I kind of put like desserts, entertaining, having to take potlucks to work or to church. I kind of put that in a 4th category, okay? And it finds needs. It finds out where are they not slowing down in cooking, what is the one that is the hardest to take the time to cook, which is the one that they feel like they're failing at, what is the one that's the least healthy they want to get some better, healthier options for, okay? So you go through meals and you talk about, you know, the ages in their house and what kind of things they're doing and how much they're on the go and get some ideas for them. Then you can find needs. So what we're trying to find is 3 to 4 needs before you start talking about product. So you ask them all about their different makeup they wear. You ask them all about the different meals that they like to cook and how they cook them. And then you like keep saving. You like write down notes. Oh, they love blue eyeliner. Oh, they love a bold red lip. Oh, they're frustrated that this is going on with their skin. They're, you know, you take notes. And when you get through all the branches, and you have to wait till you get through all the branches, which is going to kill you. You have to like bloody your tongue once or twice because you'll be really excited and want to tell them about a product. You can't till you have 3 or 4 that you need to talk to them about. Then you bite your tongue until you keep going. And then you go, may I share with you a couple ideas that I think might be a good fit for you? Did you hear it? It was the permission. It's the bridge. We do several bridges in this. May I share with you just a couple quick ideas? Did you hear that? No pushy, crazy salesperson. Just, may I share a couple ideas? Well, you've taken so much time to get to know them. You're going to get back this response, and it's the greatest thing. No matter what the word is, if there's an exclamation mark, you're like, yes! I'm going to close the deal because they're excited to hear. So if it's sure, I really hate that word, but never mind, that's a whole nother class. But sure, or absolutely, or please do, or oh, I'm so excited to hear, or whatever it is, okay? If they say, no, I have everything I need, or no, I'm too busy, which happens about 1 in 100 times, no big deal, okay? But most of the time, because you've taken all this time to get to know them, they're going to go, yeah, sure, be all excited, okay? So they do that, right? And then you're going to use these words. You ready for my magic words? These are your magic beans, because there are no magic beans, but these are magic words. Because you said blah, 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 that you love a smoky eye but not sure how to do it. These are the products I think you might like. Because you said you wish your kids' breakfasts were healthier, here's some products I think you might like. Because you said this was going on with your skin, these are some products you might like. Because you said your favorite accessory is earrings and you love silver, here are some products you might like. You use their words. The closer your words are to their words, and what's really cool, if you're texting or messaging, you could copy them. Copy, Hey, okay. The closer they are to the words they said, the more they'll feel like you listened. You can't exaggerate them and you can't minimize them. They got to be on the same level. Does that make sense? You can't, somebody said, oh, my skin's getting a little dry. And you say, oh my gosh, because you said your skin's getting so dry. Does that make sense? Don't alter the tone of what they said. Keep on the same tone. And you give them some ideas. So you give them the 3 or 4 ideas. You get to quit biting your tongue. And then you say, which of those sounds like the best fit for you right now? Give it right back to them to have control. And then they tell you. And you go, cool, here's 2 ways you can buy it. You can either get these products or you can get these products all together and save some money. They go, oh, that's a lot of money. No problem. You could buy some or you could have a party and get some for free or half price. Did you see that? Is that not the coolest thing ever? No crazy pushy salespeople. We always ask permission. We take the time to get to know them. You're like these amazing customer service people. And boom, baby, sales explode. Okay? Does this make, I want to hear, what is your biggest aha moment when you're thinking about the things, you've already been doing some things right, okay? You've made some sales, but when you think about how you could have, tweak what you're doing right now and add one more smart thing to it, what will be that one thing you add from what you just learned? So, Amy, you've been doing this with me a while. What is your one thing you're going to add?
Yeah. The thing for me was taking more time and getting at least 3 to 4 needs instead of jumping on the first thing they say. Because I don't do that. I'll jump on the first thing they say and go, oh, So that's definitely.
Yeah, it's so tempting.
Oh my God, I've got one.
I know, you're going to laugh. You'll be like,
sure.
Michelle, my tongue's bloody, but they ordered 4 things.
So, yeah, that was my big takeaway right there.
Yeah, it's so hard, but it's so worth it if you'll wait. I swear to you, it's so worth it if you wait, okay? Quit only selling mascara. That drives me crazy. Taking more time, defining your needs, and asking permission. You learned a lot, Kim. You're going to kill it. Awesome, girl. Okay, Beth, what was your aha moment? Can I unmute you? You're muted.
Oh, I'm not muted.
No, go ahead, girl.
Okay. I think it's not really an aha moment since this isn't my first time, but my favorite part is not to just spam everybody and, to take it into a private message instead of saying, oh my God, here it is, buy it, all in their face. They want a relationship with you. And like you said, they don't care what you know. They just want to know that you care. That's my favorite part.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, Miss Wendy with 6 kids running around. You want to tell us your aha moment?
I think my aha moment is really kind of just having a little bit more patience and actually learning how to respond when they respond to my question. Because sometimes I post these kind of interactive posts on Facebook, but I never know how to respond to them when they actually respond to me. I get all choked up. I don't want to be pushy. I'm not one of those people who tries to sell to people's faces. In fact, I'm almost the opposite. So I need to learn how to come out of that because I feel like I'm bothering everybody.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to be like that.
After you do this a couple times and they thank you and you just become their, their go-to makeup queen, you'll realize you're not bothering people, you're serving people. You really have to learn that you're serving people when you take the time to do this. It's a really awesome feeling because then you have to turn off that little voice that's saying you're bugging people or you won't get where you want to be. You have to turn it into a serving.
Yeah, that voice is really big with me, even when it comes to recruiting. That's a huge problem I have. I'm my instant thing is nobody wants to do what I'm doing. So,
But you do.
So I have to get past that.
And there's 300,000 other unique gals that are telling you that's not true. So, yeah.
I know.
Just so you know, we have whole other classes on that, but it's really important to change I jokingly call them the paranoid monkeys, but you got to get them out. Tell them to leave.
I'll be there for any class.
Okay, we have a whole program. Okay, so Jody or Parker, any aha moments you want to share? Bring it on, girls. You're still muted, girlfriend, but I'm going to unmute you, Jody, because I see your mouth moving. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. It's the same as what the other girl said, is taking that time to respond correctly. I'm the same as what I think Wendy was just saying, is that sometimes they reply to my questions and I reply to it and I'm like, wow, that's really cool, but I don't know how to go beyond without trying to sound like I'm pushing the product, because I'm definitely not a pushy salesperson at all. Mm-hmm. And same thing, just really sending the private messages and making sure they realize that I care about them. I mean, I'm not one of those, I don't friend a bunch of people. If you're on my Facebook as my friend, it's because I know you, I've met you either through work, your family, your friend, or maybe I met you through a mom group and we formed a really good bond, whether or not I've ever met you or not. So these are people I truly care about, but I don't want to ever sound pushy with them.
Mm-hmm. And you do with the
learning.
The permission questions will make it so you don't ever break down your relationship with any of your friends, because if they're like, oh honey, I'm so glad you like Younique, but it's not my thing. No problem. I understand. So that's a cool thing. The questions preserve. I have had people tell me, especially people that switch companies every 3 months. You know who they are. But the people switch companies a lot and they only talk to their friends when they need to sell something. And then they do it badly on top of that. Like, it's not pretty. So this preserves some relationships. It's good. And this is the greatest thing about the system. You know, the vibrant personalities that can get on and do the videos, and it's kind of more like attraction marketing. And this is attraction marketing too. Just it was kind of a little tweak to it. But not all of you are not all of you are basically performers. Does that make sense? Those videos are people that, you know, could be on sitcoms and they have smooth speaking skills and jazz hands, right? Okay. And even I go to Toastmasters, is something I work at, you know, to be a somewhat decent speaker. And not all of you are going to do that. Okay. Not all of you are going to be video queens and are going to have a viral video. And so that's taught to a certain extent to go try to make a viral video. And, you know, and I mean, my 7-year-old walks around here doing Angie's voice. How does she do how does she do that? I'm trying to think what Lexi says all the time. You know, calm down, people. You know, so like my 7-year-old, like we watch it and we laugh at, you know, her little Eastern accent and stuff. So I love it and it's fun, but you all know that either you or someone on your team is never, ever, ever, ever going to do that. The shyest person can do this, especially because they can do it on messaging and they don't actually have to talk to them. Okay, so that's what's so cool about the system. Across the board, everybody can do it. They don't have to be video queen. Okay, now that's fun and that works.
Thank God.
Thank God. And some of us are sick. But yeah,
I am not a video person.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, it's breaking my heart for those who are thinking they have to be like, you know, you have your little famous names in each of your companies, right? And you kind of have your little people that like they're little rock, you know, Younique or Pampered Chef rock stars or whatever. But you can't all do that, and plus like Facebook can't handle that many videos. But so being personable and asking these questions can be done by everybody. And this can be taught to your team members. Do you understand? When you learn this and get your team to do it, explosion, massive growth in your team, massive growth, okay? It's very powerful and it can be done by everybody. All right, so a couple quick texting tips for you. Some of you may have saw my video, but I call it the initial touch. When you're reaching out to somebody who's a past customer, make it about them first. Oh, for heaven's sakes, do not tell them about the special. Do not tell them about both of your companies have product coming out March 1st. No, do not go there to start the conversation. You're going to eventually go there, but not to start. You go, if you don't know something about them, you just go to their Facebook wall and you see who was sick or what vacation they went on. And you just say, hey, Susie, I'm so excited you guys got to go to Disneyland. When did you go and what did your kids think of it? You start with initial touch. This is not a sales trick. You have to actually care. I don't want anyone to misunderstand that. This isn't just to get people to talk to you. It's because you should really care about people, okay? Now, what's really cool about that is when you do that, okay, it is amazing what happens. About 30 to 50% of the time, they'll be like, oh my gosh, Beth, I'm so glad you messaged me. Yes, little Johnny had his tonsils out and he's doing so much better, but oh my heck, like my mascara is completely dried out and I just about bought some at Walmart the other day because I couldn't find your phone number or whatever, okay? There's a percentage of time that they will bring up product all on their own. Oh my gosh, I broke my stone. I got to get a new one. I can't live without my frozen pizzas. We got to get another one, you know, whatever it is. They will bring up product a certain percentage of the time because you simply cared about them as people. It's way cool, my friends, okay? Second of all, when you do that kind of massive cold message, even if it's like repeat customers and you know they love the product and if they're going to reorder, they might as well get a discount or they, you know, they're going to be excited about the new product coming out. Either way, they a lot of times won't respond to it because it's just a commercial, okay? When you care about them, you're going to increase, like if you send out 10 messages and you just say, hey, new products coming out, new products coming out, new products coming out, you might have 2 to 3 people out of 10 respond. When you care about them and do initial touch, you have about 80% of people respond. Okay, 80 to 100. And so it really increases your odds of just getting the conversation going so you can find the appropriate time to tell them or just find out what their needs are for their products. Okay, does that make sense? The next tip is keep your messages short. No matter how much you need to talk to them about, no matter how much you need to ask them, you send the first one, keep it short, because if they say a whole bunch of stuff that they need to reply to, they're going to be like, I like you, Beth, but I don't have time right now. You put it aside. You know, your moms, your sisters, your best friends, they do this to you all the time, right? They send like 4 messages, and you're like trying to like get them back in order and read them, and you're like, okay, what? And you're like, okay, I'm going to have to respond to this in a minute when I have enough time to thumb it. Keep them short into simple answers, just like your post on Facebook. You want just a short answer. You're just trying to get them to respond and know it's a good time for them to actually chat. Okay. The next one, my favorite, is to end every text or message with a question because it keeps the conversation going back and forth. If you end it with a statement, yeah, they're great for cooking fries. Now what are they supposed to say? How many times a week do you normally eat, you know, the frozen French fries? What's your favorite? I love the seasoned ones. What are your favorite? Always end with a question. It keeps the conversation going back and forth so you can get to the point where you can ask me, I share with you a couple ideas. So you can close the deal, okay? End with a question, keeps conversation going so you don't have crickets and it just dies. Y'all have had that. Going along, you're like, where did they go? I think we're talking to me. It's the worst feeling because then the paranoid monkeys go sailing through your brain. Okay, and they just like fell asleep or got busy or they didn't know what to say because you ended with a period and not a question mark, okay? So you put the question tips together, you put the little bridges and the asking permission, and then you text really effectively. Boom, baby, okay? You're going to have some sales. So just for kicks and giggles, I want everybody to go look at their Facebook wall and tell me how many responses you got. Anybody got like 5 or more? Who's got 5? 4? How many responses did you get on your question? 3? Not bad for about 20 minutes.
3.
3? Cool. What'd you get, Amy? What question did you post, Beth?
I posted the on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is foundation to you?
Cool. And this is kind of a funny time of the day. Yeah, the recording will be available. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of people on Facebook in the morning. It seems like there's a lot at night. It's not that they're not here this time of day. You got 1, Amy? Okay. So it's really fun. Okay. This is just something you got to play around with the time of day. Sometimes if you really have low friends or if numbers of friends, or if you're not engaging enough on other people's feeds, it increases because Facebook will continue to show your stuff to more people the more engagement you get. Okay? All right, so I just want to tell you really quick a little bit about the programs we have, because this you're just getting started. And Amy can tell you, she's been working with me for a couple weeks now. There's this thing that happens, like when you start practicing this, you'll be like, okay, now I got stuck at this question, or what do I ask next, or what question should I ask about this product? And it just takes a little bit of practice, but it's totally worth it because it really pays off. So we have 2 different fun programs. The first one, so if you're trying to build a team, we have stuff on recruiting. We have stuff on building your team. We have stuff, a lot more stuff on texting and messaging. We have stuff on booth and expos, on sales. We were talking a little bit about those paranoid monkeys and that people think I'm bugging them, or there's all sorts of little thoughts that creep into our head that keep us from moving as fast as we can. I have amazing resources that help you get over those little humps so you keep going and you sell more, okay? And you take care of more people and all these things. And you have all these videos at your disposal and you can watch them anytime. And it's, oh my gosh, it's so much fun. And then you have a mastermind group once a week. So it's kind of like this. It's a small group like this here on Zoom. And, you know, Beth, you get to go, okay, Michelle, these are my goals this week. I'm trying to hit green. I'm this far away. I have this person and this person working with me really well. And we get a game plan for you, okay? So the mastermind groups are very, very effective to help you like get to that next hump each week and get a game plan. And then we also have a Facebook group that's exclusive to you. And it's amazing. So that program is $100 a month. And I'm telling you, when all you have to do is $400 in sales to pay for it, $400 in sales, and you're trying to hit a total of 10,000, Beth, you know, so it's so exciting how fast this pays you back. It's an investment. It's not an expense, my friends, because if you make an extra 400 in sales and at least break even in the next month you're going, it pays for itself very fast. Now, if you're like, I'm not really sure, Michelle, but I'm really kind of curious. We have a totally different program that is so fun, so fun, okay? That it's usually $29.97 a month. But and it's a brand new program we just put out. So everybody that signs up until February 28th, it's only $19.97 a month. And you have access to all the videos. There's no coaching, but there'll be once a month, I'll do a webinar like this just for you, and there'll be Q&A time. And there'll be an exclusive Facebook group, but you can go on and independently go through the videos. And we have these modules, and you click on them, and there's PDFs, and they're all interactive, and you can click on the links, and you know exactly where to go. And some people start with that and go, oh, it's working now. I made some money, and then they bump up to the $100 level. Everybody does it a little bit different. It depends on what works for you and like what your goals are today and how quickly you're moving, okay? So that program is phenomenal. It's so exciting because you really can change your sales and how much you're doing your sales in a short amount of time by using a couple little tweaks, okay? So both of those programs are phenomenal. The coaching does help you make more money faster, okay? But both of them really help. And if you're an independent soul and that's just the way you work, then go with a, you know, $19.97 a month program. So you get that price as long as you stay with it. You're grandfathered in. It'll never bump up to the $29.97. So we just want to help you. We want to help you grow your sales. We want to help you grow your teams. We want to help you promote to those levels so you're making more money on the sales and the team you do have. We really have amazing programs for you. So I want to give it back to you. First of all, thank you for attending. And if you have any questions about posting questions, asking questions, or if you want to know a little bit more about the program, you can pick my brain or you can message me on Facebook. Love the paranoid monkeys. I know, right? The naughty little creatures. We've got to kick them out. Naughty. I know. Anyway, what questions do you have? What can I help you with?
Okay, I'm going to ask, what are the paranoid monkeys? I know that has nothing to do with your training, but what is that?
No, they do have a lot to do with my training because paranoid monkeys stop people from working. Paranoid monkeys is the, you know, I'm worried I'm bugging people. Paranoid monkeys is I can never be like so-and-so. Paranoid monkeys is I'm never going to find customers. Paranoid monkeys is I'm never going to hit that promotion. Paranoid monkeys, it's like the range of what can knock you off your block is about as big as it can get, okay? And so when it's so sweet, we have little tears now and then in our group, don't we, Amy? It's really fun because it's safe to cry with me. We talk about your goals. We talk about what's going on, and I teach you how to set your goals effectively so you actually accomplish them and use a law of attraction. We talk a lot about affirmations, and I see this happen all the time. I'll take somebody and I'll say, okay, I want you to go write 10, 20 times. I had this one gal that was trying to double promote. It was big. If you're with Unique, you would know going from pink to green in 1 month was a big deal. But it was a really big deal what she was trying to accomplish. And she was terrified she wasn't going to. And I'm like, I want you to go write, my team works smart and I find the people to sell and I am green. And she wrote it and she wrote it. And she's like, because I told her about 10, 20 times. She goes, I kept writing it till I quit crying. And there were like 4 pages just tear stained. She'd written and written and written. And within 12 hours, her team did like 1,500 in sales and she found clients. There's just an amazing thing when you just knock your like thinking back in gear and kick the paranoid monkeys out. I can teach you sales tips, but if you're too scared to use them, it won't matter how good my sales tips are. And I know that. And so it's something I really help. I can see where people are at. Like if they don't make eye contact with me, I know that the paranoid monkeys have taken over. And so I help you face those things, or I help you help your team face those things, because there aren't enough good sales tips. The biggest, I'm going to tell you quite honestly, the biggest mistake 90% of leaders make is when you call them or message them and you say, I'm frustrated, okay? Or I can't find a sale, or I don't know how to get a party, and they start talking to you about how to do it instead of backing up and realizing what you normally are saying is I'm scared, it's not going to happen, or I'm frustrated with myself, or I've had some no's and now I'm discouraged. When they don't just slow down and see where your heart is, which is normally you're just discouraged and scared versus you actually need an idea. You normally know, Susie said she'd have a party, I just need to go message her and ask her when she wants to have it. When leaders start talking about tips on how to do your business versus helping you get over your fears and your little emotional humps, that's why most of you don't take their advice and actually do it. Is because the problem usually isn't you don't know how to work your business, it's usually you're emotionally stuck. Does that make sense or help?
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. No, I get that. And I definitely was that way starting out with Unique. And one of the things I've done, I have made videos. I am not Maria or any of those girls that make those really great videos, but I've seen a huge difference in that. Because people do want to see that it's me using it. I'm not just posting pictures of other people using the products, and they can see it. And so I've had to really overcome a lot of that too, and being paranoid. Perfect example, didn't want to do a convention ticket because I'm like, well, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't sell enough to recoup this? And I went, I have to bite the bullet and invest in the company to make this work. So bought my convention ticket, and I'm, working on all these things to get there.
Nice job. Nice job. So yeah, it's, I have leaders that are black and purple that get stuck. This doesn't ever quit happening. This is what I teach people, and I have moments I get stuck. Having that person you can talk to, seriously, like getting unstuck faster is the most profitable thing you can do. You don't work for 24 hours and you missed out on a couple $100s in sales. That's expensive. So honestly, what's really funny, and because people will message me in between their mastermind groups, okay, Michelle, I'm stuck. And I'll give them an affirmation to write, and I'll give them a little tiny assignment that just gives them a little success, and they get back in, and then they're good to go. If you stay stuck for a whole month, that's bad news, right? So it's pretty cool. Beth, you were either going to ask me something or share something with me, I think. Go for it. No, I thought you raised your hand, or maybe you're just saying Yahoo. I'm not sure which. Okay. Any other questions? All right, ladies. Awesome. So let me know what questions you have about the program, because I'd love to help you get going, because I know how much fun it is to get over these humps and really get to those goals. It's amazing what you can accomplish. And for $20 a month, I mean, seriously, like, get some good information. Okay? You bet. Thanks, Kim. Ciao, ladies.
Michelle,
Yeah.
are you going to post the link for the 1997 thing?
Could you do me a
For the training for the
That's a good question. You should have gotten an email. Can you double check and see if, like, a similar email that sent you the reminder about today? You should have gotten an email about a half an hour ago.
Let's
It
see.
should have the link in it.
I have one, the last one. The one I got was about an hour ago, and it was the one saying to join the webinar.
Okay, let me double check something here real quick. Hang on. It's just, you go to my website. It's creativesuccesssystems.com, and I'll even show you what it looks like.
Okay.
I'll probably just do that. Let's look at this. You should have gotten an email, but some of the system hasn't been working right the past couple of days, and the technology people I work with, they're checking into it because it's not my gig. Like, I don't know how to do it. I push the buttons they tell me to push, and if it doesn't work, then I'm SOL, right? I'm going to share screen. Hang on. My internet's just, here we go. Okay, so I will show you where you go. So this is my website, and there's lots of S's, so you got to remember all the S's. Okay, can you see that? Does everybody see the screen?
Yeah, it says you started screen sharing. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, so Creative Success Systems with the S on the end .com. There's a lot of S's. Okay, I think it pulls up, like, if you even just Google Michelle Withers. So you go over here to products, and it's Create Success Series. It's the one on the top. And you click here. And you're going to go down at the bottom, and there's a couple different options down here. So this talks about, is this for you? All the different video subjects that you get. The special bonuses you get, which I always forgot to tell you about. There's cool bonuses. And I'm sorry, it says $29.97, but if you notice, if you click on it, and it's actually $97 a month versus $100 a month. I forgot, I just changed the prices 3 days ago. But when you click on this, I forgot to tell my web design gal to change this. It does say $19.97 right here. Yeah, ta-da! So you could sign up for that and get access to all the videos. You just don't get any coaching with that, but still, it has all these modules, and it'll tell you what to do when. Does that help? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm sorry you didn't get the email. I'm not sure why that didn't work. We'll find out here. Okay. So ladies, this is so much fun. Okay, the sky's the limit. It's so exciting. Other people have done what you want to do, so go for it. Okay, absolutely go for your goals. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.